Welcome to the City Show. I'm your host, Dr. Tom Krieger. This week we'll preview the first play of the new season for Lebanon Theatre Company called 39 Steps. We'll also get you ready for the Lebanon Country Applefest, but first let's kick things off with Michael Coyan, the art curator from Warren County Historical Society and the Harmon Museum. He's here to talk about a number of new art events that are on the horizon. Michael, welcome back.
Thank you.
You have a big job.
Full plate, let's say, and a lot of volunteers that make it happen, which we're very grateful for.
It's gotten bigger. You used to be the art curator.
Right.
Now
I'm the curator over all the museum now, and Glendower as well. So
it's a lot of
the tasks have kind of grown, but it's exciting.
Now, as we're talking, the last of C.F. Payne's exhibit is being moved out of the museum, and a new exhibit from John and Martin Reddick is moving in. Who are John and Martin Reddick, and why was their work chosen for an exhibit for our museum?
Well, John and Martin Reddick were in the very last class taught by the great Cincinnati artist Frank Duveneck. They have some Warren County relatives who live here, descendants of John and Martin. John was a painter. He was a draftsman, a scenic designer. Martin lived in his brother's shadow a bit, and he stuck to painting florals, but he did some incredible work for Rookwood Pottery. It just so came that in the course of the shows that we had last year, one of the Reddick's descendants came to us and they said, you know, we and the family have an extensive amount of things in our private collections that were last viewed 40 years ago at an exhibition featuring John and Martin at the Cincinnati Art Museum.
Oh my.
So, as part of a collective on Duveneck's work and his influence on students. So they were very gracious in saying, come get it. We would love to have it shown once again in context. So it's just an amazing amount of material, from scenic designs to backdrops that he painted for Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, to notebooks and sketchbooks and paintings that John did specifically because he lived in Holland for 6 months out of the year. But it's an incredible treasure trove, and it's going to be a marvelous way to begin the fall season.
Now, their mentor, Frank Duveneck, actually lived in Covington, or born in Covington.
Yes.
And he lived in Florence, Kentucky.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, he influenced their work.
Yes, indeed.
Have you ever thought about having his work here?
Well, a lot of his work is within the possession of the Cincinnati Art Museum and the Taft.
Okay.
And, you know, we would love to borrow it if they would be so willing. They borrow things from us all the time, but getting things the other way is something we still have to work out.
Oh, so sometimes you just got to ask.
I guess.
So what will we see in this exhibit?
You're going to see everything from watercolor to fine oil paintings. You're going to see still lifes and landscapes, studies of people who were going about their daily tasks in life in Holland and the Low Countries. You're going to see a beautiful black and white scenic design for a mystery play that was to be put on in Music Hall. It's a gigantic sketch. And then there are these incredible watercolors of backdrops done for either the Cincinnati Opera or Ringling Brothers or perhaps even the Metropolitan Opera. And they're done to scale. They're about that tall and maybe 6 or 7 feet wide. They're an incredible amount of things. And then some of the most delicate painted porcelain you've ever seen from the Rookwood pottery that Martin himself had decorated. So if you really love to see a cross-section of the art of that period and Duveneck's influence, wow, this is a show for you.
And how long will the exhibits be on display?
The show opens the 13th. It's a free reception in the evening, and it goes through October the 25th. And of course, open during regular museum hours. The opening receptions are always free to the public.
We see some things on the screen there. That's beautiful.
Indeed. The upper image is of Martin's work. He specialized in flowers. The bottom is one of those genre paintings that Martin did on one of his stays in Holland, a scene that he would see every day, which of course is now historical to us.
And now I see that's a free opening reception.
Absolutely.
Are the other days, is there a fee for the
Well,
other
there's
days?
a normal admission fee to the museum, yes.
You know, you do a great job. I'm not sure if I should give you credit or not, because I saw you at the ceramic
Oh, yes.
exhibit that you had, and it was such a great experience. I mean, you had a violinist,
Oh, yes.
and some other performers.
Oh, yes.
So it's an experience.
And
It's
we
just-
have docets available, and the
Yeah.
museum the entire collection is open for people.
Yeah.
We had young people and people who'd never been to Lebanon before. We had 2 new people who'd relocated here from Cleveland, who saw the museum last Tuesday, and with the closing of the CF Payne exhibit on Friday, they were already volunteering for us.
Wow.
They said, people in this region have got to discover this hidden gem.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
You did a great job. How many people do you anticipate at that opening reception?
well, you were at the ceramics
Yeah.
event that brought in 400 plus on a Friday night in January.
Yeah.
So we never know.
And it didn't even seem crowded. I mean, the place is just, there's
Yeah.
so many places to discover.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of new things. We're always trying to keep things new.
Now, speaking of new, you're starting something new called Coffee with the Curator.
Coffee with,
On 2
yes.
Saturdays each month. Who's making the coffee? Is the coffee any good?
The coffee will be good, and there will be pastries, and that's free as
Okay.
part of your fee. There is a $20 fee.
Okay.
It's a little less expensive for members. But rather than do Saturday morning art seminars, we decided to do something a little broader for people who would be interested in a wide range of things. So in September, we're doing Art in the Ohio Country. I'm going to do a lecture on the artists who came into the Northwest Territory. And ironically,
Yeah, we got something on the screen there.
of the 14 painters who came into Ohio, we have 9 of the earliest painters in our collection.
Wow.
In October, we're doing a seminar on Oriental carpets. Rosemary Chute, who's the assistant art curator, she's an expert. She and her husband collected for many years. So if you want to know how to buy, purchase, or if you've inherited a carpet, here we go. I'm doing a seminar on the performing arts in Warren County from 1832 to 1982. We're doing Be Seated, the history and style of chairs. Sylvia Outland's doing that one.
Yeah.
And Sylvia's assistant curator for art. We're doing the art of the frame in February, and Becky Gephardt's coming over. We're talking about antique frames, modern frames, how you should frame an object, the types of glass and all of that. In March, we're doing Cheers, a history of making spirits in Warren County. Dennis Dalton, local historian, has really done an extensive study of places where they brewed whiskey and distilled spirits all over. And then in April, we're doing the Earth Shall Blossom, Shaker Herbs and Medicinals. And then in May, it's Author, where we reach back in and look at past authors and poets of Warren County and present authors and poets of Warren County. And I think that'll be a delightful series. And we try to mix it up, keep it very informal, and we have a good time.
Now, with the classes,
Yeah.
are you limited in the number of people? And do you need to have reservations?
Well,
or-
we urge people to do that because that allows the presenter to make copies.
Okay.
It allows us to figure out how many pots of coffee to make.
Yeah.
And it also allows us to figure out how many pastries to prepare as well. So, but it's a nice informal thing. We encourage questions, and if you have objects you wish to bring, if it's something on framing or carpeting, or you have a photograph of a chair you found that's kind of peculiar, you want to know the style, we'll help you with that. But it's a little more using the breadth of the collection that we have because
Yeah.
we'll be bringing things out of that.
Wow. So people can look at the hidden gems that they have
Exactly.
and bring it to you. You can price it.
That's right.
Yeah. It's kind of an upper end
Yeah.
version of that pawn shop show.
Well, yeah.
Except now this is very valuable stuff.
Well, sure. We
Yeah.
try to let people know that, perhaps we're not going to fix a dollar amount on it, but we're going to let them know whether what they found is a hidden gem that they should hang on to.
So how often do people bring in, say, a portrait that they have, and they realize, oh my goodness, this is worth a lot? Has that ever happened for you?
It has happened, and as a matter of fact,
I got a picture I'm going to bring
it
in.
happens more often
Yeah.
than not because people will seek us out and they'll say, well, would you take a look at this? Can this be restored? Should I put the money in it?
Okay.
And it goes everything from antique maps to bits and pieces of furniture,
Okay.
chests that have come across the Atlantic with immigrants coming into the country. So we get all sorts of things through those doors. And that's what's fascinating to me about it. But
So is there a cost associated with the classes?
the classes are $20,
Okay.
and then I think there's a reduction. You can check through when you make your reservation. I think there's a slight reduction for members if you're a member of the museum.
And how do you sign up for the class?
Oh, call us at 513-932-1817,
Okay.
and we'll take care of you right away. The first class begins on the 14th of September,
Okay.
and we'll get started. We also have, of course, announced the new shows for 2019-2020, which is exciting. And we're going to do contemporary art from the collection in January. So if you love modern art, there you have it. We're doing sculpture by Neil Murray in March and April. And Neil was a provost and a dean of 2 colleges in Wisconsin and Illinois, and he's retired and lives at Otterbein. His sculptures all done in beautiful wood. It's just gorgeous. Then we have the Harmon Student Art Competition for high school students throughout the county. In May, we're doing a very special exhibit for all of us. It's a retrospective of the work of Gary Simendinger, who was for many years the art teacher at Lebanon High School.
Yeah.
And Connie has agreed to allow us to access her collection, and it will be really wonderful.
I bet that's going to be well received because he was so loved.
He was an incredibly talented fellow.
Wow.
Wanderings and Weavings in June and July is an artist from Yellow Springs.
Okay.
And he does images from the rivers all across Ohio.
Okay.
So whether it's photographs or paintings or woven, he's inspired by the Scioto and the Muskingum and the Hocking. We do miniatures and silhouettes in August, equestrian bronzes in the fall, and we end the year with the Cincinnati Plein Air Society and Women's Art Club, celebrating all of their work at the end of the year. It's going to be a very busy year.
You're living your dream, aren't you? You're the perfect guy to be able to do this, and
I'll tell you,
it's a job, and I can just feel the excitement as you talk about this. And
it is so, I feel so privileged to be able to bring these things to fruition to the Lebanon public and to the Warren County public. The museum itself is a gift, but to add this to it, it just enriches the quality of life here.
Now, the museum actually houses a tremendous amount of
we have
objects. And how, if you were to open up a museum to actually display everything that's stored at the museum, how big would that museum have to be?
Probably 2 city blocks.
Yeah.
People don't realize between the attics at Glendower, the closets, the storage spaces, the vaults, it's a tremendous collection. Even the Shaker collection, which we're going to be reorganizing this fall for the first time in many years, that is the largest collection of Shaker objects in the world, and it's here in Lebanon.
Yeah.
You can't find that at Shakertown. They sold most of it off, most of its reproduction. You find bits and pieces at Whitewater and the other Shaker communities, even up into the east. But here we have a gem.
Our local history.
So we need to tell the story.
Now, as interesting as those items are, what's some of the most interesting items that we have in the museum that you could briefly tell us about?
Wow, I could go on and on. It depends.
How about your 2 favorites?
Well, it's hard to say. Yeah. I would say that I'm very fond of the bronzes of Eli Harvey.
Okay.
Because that beautiful lion that sits in our lobby, there's only one other like it, and it was given to his friend Teddy Roosevelt.
Okay.
And it was in the San Francisco Panama Pacific World Exposition, and it's a marvelous work. Then I look at a piece of furniture. There's some gorgeous works up in the Victorian Gallery. And we found new things every day. I found a painting done on a piece of lead.
Wow.
I found paintings done on tin and ivory. Every day is a discovery.
Now, a lot of volunteers needed to help catalog this stuff?
Indeed, to catalog. We even teach people if they want to come in. We'll teach them how to set up an exhibit. We'll even teach them if they're wanting to hang around for a while, how to rudimentarily clean and reframe these works as they should be done with museum quality.
Wow. That's awesome.
So we have the opportunity there, and we invite people. Come. We need the help.
Yeah, I bet. Opening night for the John and Martin Reddick exhibit is when?
Friday, September the 13th at 6:30.
Okay, so get your get your seats, get your
Indeed.
reservations.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, it's just open. Put it on your schedule
Yeah.
and come to the Harmon.
Make sure you make it. If you've never been down there, this is just a gem of Lebanon. Come down, say hi to Michael. Enjoy some I'm sure you'll have some wonderful music there as well.
Absolutely.
Because you do a great job. Anything else we need to know before we break?
I think that's it, and I certainly thank you for the opportunity.
Well, Michael, always a pleasure having you on
Great.
the couch. We'll be back to talk about the 39 steps right after this break.
Break your fast food habit at Kelly's Meats and Deli at 1001 West Main Street in Lebanon. Stop in for a quick lunch featuring made-to-order sandwiches, tasty sides, and mouth-watering daily specials. For dinner, Kelly's offers fresh-cut steaks, chops, and seafood, plus a variety of prepared dishes that only need to be reheated. You'll also find a large selection of high-quality wine and beer that can make any meal a special event. Kelly's Meats and Deli open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, now open for dinner Saturdays 6 to 9 p.m. And remember, we cater too.
Your hometown source, the Lebanon Channel, is now on YouTube.
I know how fortunate I am.
Just search City of Lebanon, Ohio to connect with everything that's happening right here.
And that's going to be an exciting part about this walking tour.
Subscribe to receive exclusive local content available only on the Lebanon Channel.
Wow, Neil Armstrong's coming to my launch. I was so excited about that.
That's the City of Lebanon, Ohio, now on YouTube.
That's what makes this Lebanon, Ohio a great place
buddy.
to live.
Yeah. An auto accident is a terrible thing to encounter. Oftentimes, people look to getting their car taken care of, but they forget to take care of their body. At Lebanon Chiropractic and Fitness, that's what we do. We take care of your body with chiropractic adjustments, therapeutic massage, and therapeutic exercise. So if you've been involved in a vehicular collision, call our office at 933-9799 so we can take care of the body that counts.
Call now to schedule your free initial consultation, 933-9799.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the City Show. The Lebanon Theatre Company opens their 2019 and 2020 season with a comedy adapted from a 1935 film by Alfred Hitchcock called The 39 Steps. In the play, 4 actors play all the parts of the film. One of our guests today, Kim Toff, plays 3 different love interests. For our other guest, Adam Jones, who plays Richard Hanna. Guys, welcome to the City Show. I'm confused already. How do you play 3 roles? Have you ever done that? Do you have to have a split personality to be able to?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have voices in our head all the
Yes.
time.
You got to be a little
Yes.
crazy? Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
Kim, how challenging is it to play 3 characters in one play?
It is a challenge because usually you have to perfect one role and you have to see it from the start to the end, and instead you get one scene to do one role, start to end, and then another scene, and then one character I get to do all second act, so that has a little bit more of a build to it. But yeah, to make them each different, it's been a challenge.
And Richard, Adam, you're the anchor?
I'm the anchor.
You're
I'm
playing
the
Richard, who's one guy.
Yes, this is probably one of the first times that I've been able to play just one character in a production where there's multiple characters being played, but I'm technically the leading man.
Now, Alfred Hitchcock wasn't a comedy writer, and yet this is 39 Steps, kind of after his. There's some Alfred Hitchcock-esque.
Yes. So
can you tell us about it?
Absolutely.
39 Steps.
The 39 Steps is a film. It was a 1935 film.
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock is obviously known for his mysteries and like Rear Window, Psycho, North by Northwest. And he always, all of his material did have some sort of tongue-in-cheek sort of, I guess, content to it. He was very self-aware. And so this 39 Steps, it is a parody all of his different mysteries.
Yeah.
And so periodically you'll hear references, like there'll be references to the birds, to North by Northwest, and it's very self-aware and very, very funny and slapstick.
Well, that's, now, is this how it was originally written, or did you guys put a twist to it, and who's responsible for the twist?
Well, Patrick Barlow, the person who adapted this play, he was responsible for all the twists. And actually, what we were talking about was the original
The novel was
writer.
written in 1915. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was the film, and then someone wrote it
Okay.
for 4 people, and then Patrick Barlow
The
then
playwright.
adapted it
He
again.
made it fun.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. And kind of crazy.
Definitely
Yes,
crazy.
It's zany, very zany.
And you talked about the numerous references to Hitchcock with the birds. Any other, is there a Psycho reference?
Maybe you'll have to come see the show.
You don't want to spoil
Yes,
it. Okay,
yes.
sorry about
Can't give
that.
you all the references.
That's right.
Kim, can you tell us about each of your characters?
Yes, my first character is German, and I kind of see them differently. Like the first one gives him a little bit too much and gets him involved, and but she's not really interested in him. She's just kind of using him. And then the second one helps him through the next stage of what he's going through. And then the third one doesn't trust him or believe him, but is stuck with him and has to help him figure it all out.
So the 39 steps, is this reference to some things that Richard's going through, 39 steps or something? Does Richard have some issues he's dealing with as far as
He has
the
plenty of
39
issues.
That's
steps?
right, he has lots of issues.
There's a top secret type of secret that's happening. That's a reference into the show.
Good one.
There's a lot of stuff that's happening that he's trying to basically figure out and navigate. There's been some sort of a crime committed in his flat or his apartment. He calls it flat because he's British. And so he's basically trying to figure out the mystery.
Okay.
And so the 39 steps is more of an elusive type thing that you'll have to figure out when you see the show.
The 3 roles are love interest to Richard?
Yes, along the way he meets 3 different women, and the first one sets him up for the 39 steps, and then the second one helps him, and then the last one helps him through finally discovering what the true 39 steps are.
That one, she's more of like a Grace Kelly. She's like that ice queen, and so you see that sort of male-female conflict. She's very sassy and very cold, and he tries to woo her, and sometimes unsuccessfully, and sometimes successfully.
Yeah.
She doesn't trust him until they're kind of forced to trust each other.
And you're playing all these roles. Are you in different costumes?
Yes, there's a lot of hair in this show.
Okay.
So I just say that there's a lot of hair. There's a lot of fake hair. So I think everybody's wigged.
Yeah.
Everybody will have. So every time, even Michael and Woody, the other 2 actors, they change. There's just a lot of wig heads and a lot of hair, and so I have 3 different hair colors.
Okay.
And then Woody and Michael have, I don't know, every hair color.
They
under
do.
the sun.
So Adam, you're a complex, talented guy because you're juggling 3 gals through this thing. Okay?
I'm so blessed.
How do you do that?
Very successfully and seamlessly.
Yeah.
Well, they're all the same actress, just different characters. And Kim and I have had the fortune of working with each other before.
Okay.
We worked last in May doing She Loves Me, the musical, and we were playing love interest there. So I had to earn her trust then too, and so it all.
He's
all
still
worked out.
earning it.
Still earning it. Yeah, we're working on it.
Now you guys are obviously the center part, but there's some other people in play too, right?
Yes. So
Tell us about them.
we have Michael Klein, who is playing one of the clowns, and Woody Goldsmith, who is playing the other clown, and they are responsible for all the other roles that are on stage. And so they play upwards to about 50 to 100 different roles. And so they're doing that all at the same time on stage. So they're making really quick costume changes, super quick character changes. It's really impressive. I think that they're the heart of the show.
Yeah.
Is this a tough time of year for actors? Are they all on vacation, so you had a hard time finding actors where they have to play all these roles, or is that part of the theme of the 39-step playwright's vision of this?
Probably part of the theme of the playwright's vision.
Yeah. It makes it a lot of fun because we're having fun, which we hope, I think, translates also, but just an ensemble show. So to say that, I mean, he does have a major part of the show, but like Woody, Michael, and I, we're really part of an ensemble, so we have to work together and shift and make the comedy come alive. And then sometimes they're even just switching hats on stage, so they are just, it's really quick.
Wow.
It's impressive to
Yeah.
watch.
They got to be
Yes.
talented to pull this off.
They are very
They
talented.
are. They are.
So when are the show dates?
September 13th,
Okay.
Friday the 13th, lucky Friday the
Okay.
13th.
Terrifying.
And then it closes on Sunday, September 22nd.
Okay. And how much is a ticket for this show?
$19?
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Let me double check. I brought a cheat sheet.
Well, that's
just
fine.
in case. I believe that it's 19. Yep, $19 tickets.
And are you able to get like a season pass and get a better
Yes.
rate for the shows?
You can become a patron of the theater, and that would also include the opening night, which they
Yeah.
include a dinner at the Golden Lamb,
Okay.
and then they get to see the show afterwards. And any additional information, you can actually refer to ltcplays.com.
So they actually have the dinner at the Lamb, and then they
Yep.
then they do the long commute across the block.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how does that work out? Is that pretty standard thing as far as you do that one night with the dinner, or do they have
It's
the
just one
dinners?
night. It's
Okay.
just that Friday opening night.
So that's special. So
It's very
does that
special.
sell out
Yes.
quicker?
It does.
Yeah.
It does, because they have a lot of people that actually have that
Okay.
that patronage.
Yeah, and Lebanon's been doing that for a very long time. So
Yeah.
there are a lot of, ongoing people who enjoy the Golden
neat.
Lamb and then the theater afterward.
And the theater company has passed all the confusion about and the uncertainty, and now it's their theater. And
Oh,
they're,
yes,
they're
yes.
locked in.
Yeah.
That's got to feel good.
It
It's
does.
very exciting for
Yeah.
them.
Now you're a veteran. This is your 6th show, I think. Is it
Oh
your
gosh,
6th one? Or?
I think so. I started in 2017 with
Yeah.
Guys and Dolls, and then I did a couple shows after that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess it would be my
What-
6th.
What keeps you coming back?
The people,
Yeah.
and I love to take a break from myself and get to play somebody
Yeah.
else.
Now you obviously make lots of money doing this, millions of dollars.
I'm basically a millionaire. Yes,
So do you have a real life career as well on top of?
I do have a big boy job.
I saw you doing this earlier. I was like, what's that all about? Going like this.
So I work with Warren County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Nice.
I'm currently transitioning from an employment developer to a community relations coordinator. So I'll be doing their community events and public relations. So I'll probably be seeing you
Yeah.
on the city show, just on a different capacity.
That seems like a good fit for you. And Kim, you've been doing this for a while too.
Yes, I've been with Lebanon Theatre Company for 15 years, on and off. So I've seen them from the shoe factory to the new theater to purchasing the new theater. Yes.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Hey, do you guys perform anywhere else, or are you committed just to the Lebanon Theatre Company?
For right now, I'm
Yeah.
definitely committed to the Lebanon Theatre Company. I'm a Lebanon resident.
Yeah.
I work in Lebanon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right in my bubble, so I like it that way.
Well, that's fantastic. Let's recap the dates again of the show. It's going to be running September 13th,
through
Friday the 13th.
Yes. And we're supposed to promote our season sponsor, which is
Yeah.
First National Bank. Yes,
Wow.
and the 39 Steps runs September 13th through the 22nd,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday matinees at 2.
2 o'clock.
Okay.
And then Fridays and Saturdays at 8 o'clock.
Well, fantastic. Is there anything else that we need to know? Any other sponsors that help out quite a bit?
No other sponsors.
yeah.
I would just say come in and have a good time, sit back and relax, and come in with an open mind, because
Yes.
it's crazy, but in a
Yes.
good way.
And we'll be back, guys, thanks a lot. We'll be back to preview the Lebanon Country Applefest right after this break.
Bob Pulte Chevrolet always gives you the best. Best price guaranteed. Best trade-in value. Best selection. Best financing on all new and pre-owned vehicles. See for yourself at bobpulte.com. And you'll love the Pulte price.
Since 1954, Hardee's Interiors has been providing quality furnishings for homes in and around Lebanon, Ohio. Today, you'll still find quality antique and vintage furniture along with new Made in America furniture of all styles. At Hardee's, you can create a mix of furniture and accessories that truly reflects your personality, all made to last a lifetime. Designers are welcome, and so are you. Hardee's Interiors at 208 and a half Wright Avenue or online at hardeesinteriors.com.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Bob Pulte Chevrolet always gives you the best. Best price, guaranteed. Best trade-in value. Best selection. Best financing on all new and pre-owned vehicles. See for yourself at bobpulte.com. And you'll love the Pulte price.
Well, it's fall festival season in Lebanon, and the big one's coming at you. Jessie Lyn Fisher and her friend Sheila Kitchens are here to help us discover what this is about and get excited. Guys, welcome back. You've been here before.
Thank you, absolutely.
You're an old friend. I haven't seen you in a while, but welcome to the City Show.
Thank you.
How would you describe the Applefest to the few people who've never experienced it?
Applefest in Lebanon is now the most incredible event that the Warren County Fairgrounds has ever seen. Yeah. It is enormous. We have some of the most spectacular crafts from people from like 50-mile radius is who's in here, and so they're local. And that's why we like to bring those folks in so that their family and friends, everybody can say, hey, this was Aunt so-and-so's or cousin so-and-so's craft that they built and brought into the show. So when people come to the Applefest, we've been getting a lot of course, negativity. Negativity seems to go bad, you know, with traffic and things. But through the years, as we're getting there, we're getting better at that as well, too. So don't just focus on the bad traffic, folks, because once you get inside that door, it's an amazing adventure with 202 craft booths.
Oh, my.
60
and they're
food
handmade
brews.
crafts.
Yeah.
They're all handmade crafts.
Everything is. It's just, it's spectacular.
Wonderful.
And we got entertainment down over the hill with 2 days worth of it this year. The first day on Saturday, we'll be doing the country stuff. And then on Sunday, we're doing the old time rock and roll show. Wow. And even we have an Elvis tribute coming in. So amazing talent. And you give all this away for nothing just to have a big festival at the fairgrounds. So yeah, it's spectacular.
Typically it's one day, but this is the first year it's 2 days.
It is.
Why did you decide to make the move to 2 days? And is that going to be twice the amount of work for you? Seems like.
Well, it's nice that once our vendors get set up the first day, the second day they won't have to do that. They'll just be doing the restocking and stuff like that. And we're hoping that maybe that'll kind of spread out a little bit of, you know, everybody feeling like they all have to get there on Saturday. Yeah. But it also, I've run across a lot of people that work on Saturdays that are so excited. They've never gotten to come, and now it's open on Sundays, so it's going to be really nice.
They come from all over. I remember
they do.
Being out there last year and talking to some people. Came down from Cleveland. People from Tennessee coming up. So it's got a reputation. It's not just local anymore. Everyone's coming out. I think you did a great job as far as orchestrating the flow, because there were a lot of people. How many people did they have last year? Any idea?
I think they estimated right at 80,000. Wow. So that was a big number to say, hey, I think we need to try to split this up and make it a 2-day event so that we can hopefully let those folks know there's going to be plenty of crafts. Just because you don't get there for Saturday, they're going to restock their booths and they're going to do it all over on Sunday.
Well, speaking of that, what kind of craft vendors do you anticipate being there this year?
Oh, mercy. Let's see. We've got anything from Christmas decor to your Halloween decor, your fall favorites, and then anything from a piece of doll clothes that grandma's made, jewelry, lots of handmade jewelry, just so
metalworks.
much.
We've got some metal work. Actually, a couple of new vendors are coming in that are do some metal designs, and then
there's
Dan
country
Nichols
signs that say whatever you wanted to say, from a farmhouse to just those homey things that people like to put in their homes these days.
Now it seems like nowadays a lot of these craft things are mass produced overseas, and
Not
Are we
this
gonna
one.
see
Not
that
this
stuff?
one. No,
Just
sir.
made in America.
They
right?
are juried, and we actually they have to send photographs of their stuff.
Outstanding.
And we say yay or nay, and if it doesn't make the cut,
for
well,
you.
we're sorry, you
Yeah.
know, but we have specific look and
Yeah.
items that we're looking for, and these people work hard to make their extra money, and so we hope that they can put a nice price on it and do that. So
That's nice, and that's what makes it special. The
It
fact that
does.
it's not just about people coming out here and making money off the crowd, but true artists coming out and showing their stuff. And
What's really quite cool too also is like around Christmas time there will be people that will call my phone number and say, hey, we purchased a such and such gift at the fall festival.
Yeah.
Would you happen to have their name and number so that we can get another one for another family member or something? So they remember and they want to come back because that item that they got was spectacular, you know. So
you're able to catalog all that stuff.
we have a list
My
of everybody
goodness.
who's there. So
How many years have you been doing this, Jessie?
this is the third year. Third
Okay,
year. So
okay.
I was participated before at here for 4 years, but the third year that we've just kind of got to be on top of things. So
And Sheila, how long have you been involved with the festival?
I think I'm on my 8th year.
yeah, she was a downtown queen.
Yeah, I was here. Yeah, I've been here quite a few years. So.
And how
yeah.
many other volunteers behind the scenes do you have? Because that's
We
a big
have-
mission.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have 12 to 14
That's it?
committee members.
That's it.
Oh my goodness.
And then we get a lot of support. We've got several volunteer groups that are coming in, Boy Scouts, a baseball team, and just a lot of different volunteer groups that like to get volunteer hours. So we're always open for anyone that needs some volunteer hours. We got plenty of volunteer work.
Yeah, we were really we reached out to the high school and didn't
Yeah.
really hear back though because we know how those seniors always need those community service hours, and this is a great place to rack up some
Yes,
hours.
ma'am.
We
Yeah.
could definitely use them. So hopefully the high school kids are watching.
Looks
and
good on your
listening.
resume,
That's
kids.
right.
That's
Give
right.
Jessie, how do they get a hold of you for these community
just
service?
definitely call 513-850-1770
Yeah.
is my cell phone.
Yeah.
And we'll gladly give you a position and put you to work that day.
I tell you, moms and dads, you're looking to get your kids out of the house off them little gadgets. Have them call Jessie Lyn. Jessie Lyn, what's that number again? Got your attention now.
513-850-1770.
She'll put them to work. Yeah, it's a good thing. Put them things down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Applefest. So apples are the theme, right?
They are.
Do we have some local orchards that we kind of promote?
We do. We have we have Irons, of
Yeah.
course. They have 2 booths. One's in the food area, and then another one in our building C. And Black Barn, Roy McCutcheon out there. He's got a couple booths set up. So, and they've got every kind of apple, and then every kind of cooked or cider or fritters. I think are on the agenda too. So we have a lot of those.
You know where seemed to be the biggest line last year?
Yeah, the pretzel people.
The Amish gals.
And folks, I'm going to tell you, they're
I'll tell
only
you
going to
what.
be here one day.
Oh my goodness.
Sunday they will not be here. They will
course
pack
not.
up and go
Yeah.
home because that's what they
Yeah.
do. They
Yeah.
take a rest on Sunday.
So
And
you know what? I had one of them pretzels. It's worth standing
the
in
cream
line.
horn
Yeah.
and that fudge and the Buckeyes, it's all fabulous. So,
That's something else.
yeah.
Now Warren County's still the home of some orchards. There's 2 orchards.
There are 3.
Okay, 3.
Hidden Valley Orchards is
Okay.
actually a big sponsor of the Apple
Yeah.
Fest, but they will not be attending this year. They
Okay.
have so much on their plate right now
Yeah.
with all the new construction and everything they've done out there, and their college kids went back to school. So
Okay.
they're a little short-handed to be able to participate. They were disappointed that they couldn't,
Yeah, I
but
bet.
they still sponsored us, and so we
Wow.
definitely want to keep those folks in
Yeah.
mind with the Hidden Valley Orchards out there on 48. So
I'll tell you what, if you haven't been to their new place,
I was just there
I have.
Sunday.
They've done a great job. So go out there and go out to our other orchards as well, because that's part of Lebanon. And you know, to get outside and experience that, it's fun. Pie baking contest.
We don't have one this year.
You're kidding me.
No, we didn't find there was
Yeah.
much interest in
Okay.
it. Only they just want to buy them and take them home.
Yeah.
They don't want to sample them. They don't want to give them away at all.
Was it the apple turnovers? Those seem to go pretty fast as well.
And it's pretty much anything with an apple flavor,
Yeah.
a pie turnover, candy. It sells.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
it
are
sells.
you going to be performing this year?
Oh, yes, we
Okay,
are.
okay.
The, Lebanon
Can you
Grand.
tell us about the other entertainment and tell us about you?
Lebanon Grand Opry will be playing, we'll be going on at 2 o'clock doing
Okay.
our Opry show.
Okay.
And then just before of us is another country group called the Double Cross Band, and they're also a local band that performs at the Opry from time to
Okay.
time. And then on, we'll have dance groups though that'll be doing some country line dancing and some clogging and watch all the kids entertain us. And, and at the end of the day on Saturday there will be a belly dance group that's going to be performing as well. So you guys will definitely have to come
Jiffy
check
Style's
it.
going to be part of that?
She is not part of
Okay,
that one. It's
okay.
a different one that contacted
You say belly
us.
dance, and I think Jiffy Styles.
We all do.
Yeah.
We
all
do.
Okay.
Yes, she's amazing and very
Okay.
talented. And then on Sunday, we are going to be starting out with another dance group, and then we have some old-time rock and roll. There's a gentleman by the name of Terry Lee and his $1 Million Band, and they come in, and he does like a Jerry Lee style honky-tonk play piano. And boy, oh boy, he's a hot ticket when we get him into the show as well. And then Tyler Christopher is our Elvis tribute, who is another big ticket at the Opry House who comes in. So they've agreed to come perform at the festival, and you would not believe how many people are so excited to get to come see them. So
You know, as challenging as it sounds, getting entertainment for 2 days, it probably isn't too tough for you because you probably have all these friends over
I
the
have
years.
a lot of connections when it
Yeah,
comes to the entertainment
yeah.
world and musicians. I do, and you know, it's what we do, but that's what I like to do.
Now you're dealing with the event center construction this year. We mentioned
are.
that earlier, and that has to have some
gonna
challenges.
It's not going to be any challenges for any of our customers or guests that are coming into the event, because we've already taken care of all that for them. So, but the fairgrounds said they were going to fence off the area to make sure that nobody gets in there and messes up or gets hurt or anything like that. So, but the festival will go on as planned. We've got all the vendors, all the food. Everything's pretty much just a little smaller footprint.
Yeah.
But we've exceeded it down over the hill a little bit
Okay,
more. So
okay.
it's all there. You're just going to have to walk a little bit more.
So last year, how many vendors did you have? 200?
We had about 210 last
Okay.
year, and we have the same number this year.
Okay.
So we're little right at 200 other crafters, and then we have about 40 food vendors to go on top of that. So yeah, we were able to reorganize enough and move everyone around enough to get it all to fit in there. So
And I think the potties were a little bit of a challenge last year too, some of the locations and stuff, but we actually got more of those this year.
Nice.
And we placed them in some other locations as well, so the line doesn't stay
Yeah.
so long in one
That's
area.
one thing standing in line for a pretzel. It's another thing standing in line to go potty.
I'm telling you, but you're going to have it all at the Apple Fest.
Yeah, that's fun. Is there a cost for this?
No,
You're
it is
kidding me.
absolutely free.
Parking? You don't have to pay
Not
for
a
parking?
dime.
Okay. Wow.
So
That's incredible.
That's the way we like to roll. Our
Yeah.
community has worked all summer long with their ball teams and their families, and it's a little way to just give back. Just come enjoy a fall day with your family, but there's no alcohol.
Okay.
There's not a carnival ride. There's not a game.
Yeah.
It's just walk around with your family, look at what's here and the countryside, sort of, and just enjoy it.
and it's a great Christmas shopping. If you want to do some Christmas shopping early, it
ahead
is
of time.
wonderful.
Of course, they'll probably be advertising Christmas.
Oh,
by
I'm
that
sure.
time, too.
Yeah.
Now, you have how many people again who serve on your board? 16?
There's
12?
12 to 14 board
Okay.
members.
And how many volunteers do you really need for this? Because this is huge. You got to have.
Well, the parking is the issue.
Yeah.
Is a big thing, but we've talked to the fairgrounds as well this year, and we're going to get another gate open.
Okay.
So we have another group up there manning that gate. A couple more sheriffs on
Okay.
duty to be able to help with those folks. So hopefully the routes that we've made are going to work a whole lot easier and getting in and out. So people just pack your patience. It's a big day. It's a lot of people wanting to get in. So all we can say is just take your time. You'll get there.
You
But
know,
do it safely.
You get 80,000 people together. There's got to be some concern as far as safety and things like that. Do they have a first aid?
We do.
team?
We have a first aid on the premises at
Wow.
all times.
Yeah.
So
Because that's important with the heat and just, I mean, everybody out there at one time. And did we have many events last year?
I think we had a couple of bee stings, but we
that's
didn't
amazing.
really.
I don't think there was anything.
There wasn't anything that was
bad.
Yeah.
And I think I remember the weather being very, very nice.
It was mild.
Yeah.
It was great. I mean, it gets a little warmer in the afternoon, of course, when the afternoon sun starts getting above head. But other than that, just drink your water, pack your patience, and just enjoy the day.
So it opens up Saturday at what time again?
10 a.m.
And it goes until?
7.
7 o'clock. And then Sunday, same hours?
10 a.m. to 6.
Okay, 10 to 6.
Leave a little early on Sunday.
So if you haven't been to Applefest, get out there, experience it. If you're open to volunteer or getting your kids out there, give them a call. One more time, let's give a shout out for the number for volunteers.
Yes, volunteers can be reached me at 513-850-1770, and I'm Jessie Lyn, and we would love to see your group come out and help pick up. And we can do garbage detail, we can do pull and tape detail after the event. So give us all the hours that you can give, and we'll gladly sign out your forms, because it's a community event, so the community needs to participate as well.
That's character building and humility integration for your young people.
How about it?
And you don't have to pay for it, Mom and Dad. Is there anything else that we missed?
I think we've pretty well covered it, between the crafts and the food and the people, and just pray for a beautiful day.
Sheila, you've been doing this for 8 years. Okay. Why do you keep doing it? Because it sounds like a lot of. Do you get paid from the vendors to do this? Or are you getting a big paycheck that no one knows about?
Hang out with me.
I get to hang out with great people. No, we're a nonprofit, so there's no profit in it. I love the community. I moved here 2002. My children have graduated from here, and I just totally dearly adore Lebanon.
We are
and
blessed.
So it's great to do something that's part of the city.
So. I'm a hometown girl, so I'm not leaving.
Way to go. When are you performing again? What's your time on stage?
2 o'clock. The Lebanon Opera House will be on it too.
Well, get on down, see Jessie perform, see the other performers, eat some apple stuff, enjoy time with your family. We'll return in a moment with Community Calendar. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
Now it's time for the Community Calendar. The City of Lebanon is offering you an opportunity to dispose of your yard waste on Sunday, September 7th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can drop off small limbs, brush, grass, and clippings at the Municipal Service Facility at 580 West Main Street in Lebanon. And if you're tired of clearing your yard waste, you might try mulching with native plants. Sue Sari, an Ohio certified volunteer naturalist, will show you how at Miller Ecological Park on Saturday, September 14th, starting at 10 a.m. This program is free and open to the public. U.S. Army Corps of Engineers at Caesar Creek State Park will hold a prairie seed collecting event on Saturday, September 21st from noon to 2 p.m. Join the park rangers and learn about Ohio's native prairie plants. Come prepared to collect prairie seeds, which will be used to restore other prairies in southwest Ohio. Wear long pants, bug repellent sunscreen, bring gloves, and small paper bags if you have them. For more information, call the Visitor Center at 513-897-1050. Fort Ancient will host the Harvest Gathering of Crops on Saturday, September 21st from noon to 4 p.m. Join staff member Keith Begston as they explore pioneer cooking methods and the preservation of food, including hands-on experiences such as making hominy, stringing beans, and grinding corn, to name a few of the activities. For more information, go online to www.fortancient.org. The third Friday on Mulberry returns for its encore on Friday, September 20th, starting at 5 p.m. Out of Bond takes the stage at 6 p.m., followed by Orgonia at 9 p.m. As always, there will be plenty to eat and drink all night long, brought to you by the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce. Well, that's our show for this week. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with a brand new show on September 17th with a preview of Feast and Folly and the Halloween Pooch Parade. Beth Gully will also be here to try to teach me how to make an ambigram. Well, that should be interesting. We'll see you then. Stay cool, enjoy the fall.